During my service learning, I worked at Bellevue Middle School in the computer lab with the after-school program. The computer lab, we used the program SME that works with students with reading and their math skills to prepare them to do better on the SCAT. 10% of the population of the after-school program had special needs. 47% were white, 15% were black, 14% were Hispanic, and 1% were other ethnicities. The time I calculated for my service learning was my planning time that I spent at home. These hours I spent making vocabulary lists that changed from week to week depending on the student's need in reading and in math. I also checked the assessment log to make sure the students were achieving the score they needed to pass the assessment. This score had to be a 70 or higher, and I had to make sure that every student was doing it and that they did not time out, which means that they did not have 90 seconds of not doing anything. I also had to gather information from outside sources to help the students understand what they needed in either math or reading, which meant I went online and made sure that they understood similes or geometry problems or formulas, anything along those lines. During the class, before the students got there, I had to distribute headphones, paper, and extra pencils if a student did not have pencils. I encouraged the students to do well, and part of their encouragement, the program decided to have a pizza party at the end of the run of the after-school program for the class that had the highest number of points. Towards the end of the class, our demographics changed and our number of students dropped dramatically, so we were able to have most of the classes either have pizza or they had a cupcake that myself or the other person working in the computer lab was able to do. I had to keep points totals to make sure that we knew who was ahead in the points runs, and the students found out weekly who was ahead and who was behind, and that way it gave them the encouragement to do better and make sure they got that 70 or higher. This was a great experience for me in working with these students and the special needs. I learned that students with special needs are just as capable as students who do not have special needs. They do need sometimes more encouragement, but they are able to do it. These students came in with a willingness to learn, and that made everyone in the program want to help them because they were willing to do the work. So I will implement my class is to make sure that I encourage students to do their best because I know they can do better than what they are doing if they are doing below grade level work. These students need extra encouragement, and they are amazing learners, and they are usually, from what I learned in my field experience, they are very creative and very insightful into things. So at the end of my service learning, I learned that I could have a special needs classroom if I need to, or an inclusion classroom, and I feel that would be the best fit for me at this point in time. So thank you, and I enjoyed my service learning.